So what we're doing here now is universal design, and we're just going to learn about how we're going to talk about this topic and how we're going to implement practical or practicality into the theoretical side of the topic. So universal design, what I would describe in the lesson is just designs of buildings or houses that are catering for everyone's needs. So mixture of different people in the house, whether it be a wheelchair user, person using crutches, so on. Like there's an endless amount of people who could enter a home, but just like to show that we have a deeper understanding of the topic, and just to improve on practicality skills too, I wanted to introduce a planning project. So there, I'm gonna edit it out. If we go back to the slide here, that should be spaced. What we're going to do is we are going to be divided up into groups of 4. So we're going to be mixed into groups, and it'll be 6 groups of 4 because 24 in my class. So we're going to be planning out over the course of 5 weeks in our number of lessons. We are going to be planning out how we're going to design this house, this universally designed house, and we're going to make sketches of it, and we're going to then construct it out of cardboard. Now, the reason for the construction of cardboard is because if we was to use any other materials, such as if we was using materials for a Leaving Cert project, like MDF and all these sort of materials, it would take too much time. And as there's 24 people in the class, there's not enough time to get around to everyone to fit this into a 5-week schedule to make a design model just like so. So if we imagine this design here we're having the left, it's just that's done up in SolidWorks or CAD model. This is an example of what we're going to be designing or what we want to construct. So if we can imagine these walls, and these external walls and these internal walls are all just done out of cardboard, and they're cut out to the doors and the windows. So that's going to show that by doing that, that's going to just show how we can just improve on our practicality skills, because it's going to improve our visualization skills and just working with our hands in general. So when we come to doing projects in Leaving Cert, we're going to have that knowledge and we're going to have that practicality just from prior experience. It'll also just give us that extra bit of understanding, so we'll actually be able to see what we're doing. So just for example here on the right, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be sketching out house plans, but this is going to be done in groups. So just quickly what I done, I have my just standard house, hallway here, front of the house. It's the front of the house is north facing because of the bedrooms either side. They're not the most used rooms. I've got the most used rooms at the back where the south is, where my sun is going to be all the time. So these rooms are going to be hit with sun. So if I was to get that plan, what you're going to be doing is we're going to get that plan, so we're looking at 2D and we're going to convert it into a 3D model out of cardboard. So that'll just represent what we are trying to explain. And before we can construct this model, we have to list out a number of different things of what we're going to do. Like we need to make the design process. So we have our users of the home, so of all the different users here, and we want to start making mind maps, just mind maps of how we're planning it, different ideas, so everyone can get involved and learn from each other. And that's the end goal, really. It's just so by doing this in a group, we're all able to learn from each other. People who may find it difficult can learn from each other. So it's just easier for everyone. And like as always, there'll always be help from me as the teacher too. But peer learning is just something we're trying to promote throughout this lesson. You're going to learn different things. You're going to learn so much things about. It'll just be great for going forward. You'll understand when you go to do these models in Leaving Cert. You'll understand what you're trying to make. Although the models are different for the projects. This is just still giving us a general understanding of what we're trying to achieve. So that's just an introduction to what we're going to be doing for the planning project.